Hello, welcome to another video. I'm going to talk about today why you need to buy Commander Legends right now. So today it's November 3rd. It's about noon, my time, which is Eastern time. And it's election day. So, go out there and vote, please. If you have not, do it. So I got my vote plug in. Okay. After you vote, let's talk about what you need to do. You need to buy Commander Legends right now. Okay, and this is why. Okay, so first of all, Commander Legends has been before we knew any cards in Commander Legends, we I knew that this set was going to be the best selling Magic set ever. So I think currently that is held by Dominaria, I think, or maybe War of the Spark. I don't know exactly which set, but here's the caveat. If Commander Legends, if they're able to print enough Commander Legends as they were able to print for these other sets, okay? If they were able to print that much, okay, which I don't know if they are because of COVID. COVID has thrown a monkey wrench in production and distribution of Magic products. So I don't know if they're going to be able to produce it, but they will sell whatever they produce. And so this is going to be the best selling set ever, in my opinion. It was destined to be, okay? And so there's that. That's the premise. That's before we walk in the room and we start seeing what happens, right? What is being spoiled. So it's a product, it's a booster product, the first booster product for the Commander audience. Commander is the biggest format, so we expect huge sales, okay? And the interesting thing is the price point of this product is in the $100 range, like a standard set. Okay, and typically there are some rules that Wizards they don't break when it comes to these sets. Okay, usually they don't put high dollar reprints in them. Maybe like the most dollar reprint you might get is a $50 reprint in the Mythic slot. We'll talk about when that happened before and what it produced. So let's take a look right now. All right, let's refresh because who knows what's happening right now. Let's look at the price of Commander Legends. Looks like 130 a box is the lowest on TCG Player, but there are a lot of boxes here, so good number at 130. Card Kingdom, I did a search. They have no more boxes, I assume, because they're only selling collector's boxes. This is $269 for a collector's box. Is that a good price? I don't know. I assume. I don't think that's too bad of a price, especially if you have store credit from a buy list that you sent in. So, I don't know. That's something to think about. We do have a question in the chat. Do you have a good line on collector boosters? I do not. I do not personally, but that $269 does not seem like too bad of a price if you have store credit. Obviously, you want to get it lower than that. I saw collector boxes selling in the $230 range. I think like $230 is really interesting. It's going to get past the point where can I get a good deal on a collector's box to there's no more collector's boxes. Okay. We'll talk about why in a second. Let's keep going. $150 at Cool Stuff Inc. This has been $150 since last week at Cool Stuff Inc. So this is not new, but they have them in stock at $150. Looks like Star City Games has about $140. And this is the cheapest I found regular booster boxes. Now, this is my Amazon storefront, so I'm going to throw this in the chat so you can see it and so I can plug myself. It doesn't cost you any more money to buy from here, but if you buy from here, I get a little bit of a commission. So here we have Commander Legends here, and this is, yeah, I did buy some this morning. So 121. Okay, that's a pretty good price on these boxes. I haven't seen them for less than that outside of the local game store economy, right? Local game stores, some of them were selling for 110, some were selling for 115, 120 is still a pretty good price. They're still available on Amazon right now, and I think you should buy them at that price. And let's talk about why. All right, first, rares. Okay, one of the things about opening booster boxes is what are the rares? okay? Because the rares are obviously the most common money card or value card you're going to open, right? So in the rare slots, some of these we don't know, right? We're like, yeah, we don't know about this card, or Master Uguay over here. We don't know what that's going to cost, but we do know other cards like Austere Command. That was a pretty pricey card before the set drop. I think it was about $10. Don't quote me on that. Blasphemous Act, about a $5 rare. And what you're looking for in these kind of sets, these sets that the price where the price is like a standard booster box. Okay, what you're typically looking for is a rare cycle, about 5 rares that carry above a $5. You really want it in the $10 range. If you can get a rare cycle that's in the $10 range, you're really happy to open boxes, because, like, here's a good example. So any set with Shocklands in it, okay? Shocklands is like you get the $7 to $10 range in the rares in the land slot, and that helps buffer when you're opening these packs to get your value back, especially if you're opening a bunch of boxes, okay? So you're looking for that. We have that in this set and more. So these rares that I'm pointing out, not even considering the new cards. The new cards, Wizards always breaks things, okay? Well, especially when they try it for the first time. They had a whole set they had to build around Commander. There's probably broken stuff in there, okay? So this video is not about, hey, which of the stuff is broken. Forget about that. Let's say all that stuff is 0. What are the rares that we have that we know? Austere Command, Blasphemous Act. Okay, those are holding. Look at Command Beacon. That's a rare that was $20. Now all these are not going to hold their value, right? Because everyone's going to buy this and open it, right? So that stuff is going to drop. But still, the point is the reprint equity being expended here is quite a bit. So some of the big heavy hitters here, okay, are the lands. Again, remember, just like Shocklands. We have Rings of Brightheart, which is like $50. But here's one of the lands. It is the Battle Bond cycle. So it's the enemy Battle Bond cycle. There's 5 of them, and those are going to land in the $10 range, in the $7 to $10 range. And it's really hard for those not to be at that price, because everybody wants those lands for their Commander decks. And as you know, if you're a Commander player or you've ever dealt with Commander players, we don't, we use the cards in our decks and we don't take those decks apart. We just make more decks. And so, like, instead of a play set of those lands, we might need 10, of each one, or depending on how extensive your deck collection is, right? So that's the point. One of the big points I want to make is there's a land cycle in here that's going to go $7 to $10 easy. Okay, after things start shaking out and supply dries up, these things will go up, $15 like the Battle Bond lands did, So that's already in there. We also have big hitters, Rings of Brightheart, Staff of Domination, friggin', Austere Command, which is less exciting than those other two, the Blasphemous Act, which is just a role player, huge Commander staple. That's the baseline. Okay, so we have a really great baseline in the rares. This is not talking about the uncommons, which they have packed this uncommon slots with Boros Charm and Swiftfoot Boots and all kinds of other stuff that Commander players love. So you have a really great low level basis. Then we get to the high level. This is the mythic stuff. Usually you don't want to focus, you don't want to buy a box based on what's in the mythic slot, right? Because you might miss and you can't, that's why you want that rare slot. But as icing on the cake, we have some mythics that we have a mythic, let's just put it that way, that if you open it, you pay for a $110 box, okay? Or $100 box. Now, if you're paying $120, that means you have $20 that you can make up in all this other stuff, right? You open a couple Battle Bond lands and you're set. So in the mythic slot, we have some important mythics. Jeweled Lotus. Okay, some people don't believe in this card. That's okay. It's going to be in demand. Okay, it's selling out at $150 right now. Okay, that's not going to last. We know that. But how much will it be? I answered that question in my last video, but for the sake of here, I have the $50, Like some people think 5 or 10. I don't think so. Like I would probably just buy everyone at $10. Like if they go that low, there's 100,000 people who will buy all of them. So 100,000 a little bit exaggerative, but you get the point. Mana Confluence should probably be a rare, but hey, whatever. So the big ones are, let's get to the big ones. Scroll Rack, okay, that's a big one. Vampiric Tutor, another big one. This was like $60 before the reprint, and I think Scroll Rack was in the same range, $50-$60. And the biggest one was it was spoiled today, and it's actually, let me see, it's Mana Drain. Mana Drain was spoiled today, and this is why I say, okay, that's it. You gotta buy Commander Legends right now, because Mana Drain, okay, as you can see, the price is starting to get pressured here. We have them at 90 and 100. It was 140 market price. Tymna was $55. Dang, really? I might have one of those in my stuff. I mean, it's probably not 55 anymore. What's up? Good to see you, Lucas. So, like, all of as you can see, I didn't go over all the mythics, right? I'm saying the mythics are really well weighted. Now you have now Mana Drain, okay, which is a $100 card, okay. Meaning that if you open that, the rest of your box is gravy. So like right now at this price point, the $121 price point, like they, like it's really hard to miss here. It's really hard to miss on EV. Now, eventually this stuff is all going to even out, maybe. And the reason I say maybe is, again, production and distribution, right? Like, if this product cannot be produced and distributed at a good clip, then what's going to happen is just going to dry up and all those cards are going to rebound quickly. But the point is, there's so much EV in this set that $120 is not a lot to pay for a box. You will get it back. All right, so let's take a look here. Mana Drain. I wanted to also bring to light some other scenarios here. Battle Bond is one. Okay, Battle Bond is a $200 booster box. A lot of it is because of those lands, Doubling Season and those lands. But look at the makeup, right? You have the lands that rare, and then the Doubling Season. Let's see what else is in Battle Bond. Let's see. Let's go to Doubling Season. It's hard to keep up anymore with like what Wizards has put in what set. I used to be good at that stuff, but why stress your brain when you can just do the search. We'll do the search, and then we're gonna look here at the rares and mythics. So let's get a filter going. I like to filter out by rare and mythic, and then we'll do it by price, and we'll see what the deal is. All right, so we got the rare and mythics. We can close that filter and we can go price high to low. Okay, so Doubling Season was the big hitter. You also had Microsynth Lattice when it came out, and I think Land Tax was up there. But here, look at the makeup. It's similar to Commander Legends in the cards we know. This is not talking about the cards we don't know. Okay, so like because all the new stuff we don't know what price they're gonna hit, right? So here we have Doubling Season, Land Tax, Microsynth Lattice, and then in the rare slot you have things like these lands, which again, these are above $10 now. These ones are just under $10 here. So this set looks a lot like Battle Bond. So that's one thing I want to point out. Battle Bond boxes are $200 a box. Now someone just made the point, Battle Bond is 36 packs. This is 24 packs. Okay, that's a significant difference. But let's just say the boxes go to 150, right? That's still more than 120, right? And it's less than 200. But like, I really think because Commander Legends is something that you can draft, and it's not something that everyone is going to get a chance to draft right now because of COVID, because of people being careful and this kind of stuff. The boxes are going to maintain this value, right? Because like not only do they have great cards in them, cards that will always go up and be carried by the Commander audience, but they also are open to be drafted. So like I would want to keep a box until I could get together with my friends and draft safely. I think a lot of other people will want that too. And if you put that in with the fact that there's going to be a lot of pressure on these boxes, and maybe there might be distribution or production problems, that makes for a really volatile situation. Okay. Last one, mystery boxes. This is just an example, $160. This is an example of where you could open a Mana Crypt and get the price of your box back. Because when mystery boosters first hit the market, the retail edition, not the convention one, but the retail edition, they were like $110, $100, similar to the Commander Legends. People were just opening them to try to hit Mana Crypts, and I think that's going to happen with, similar things will happen with the Mana Drain, but you don't have to just count on Mana Drain because there's so much other stuff in this set. So I just wanted to make a quick stream telling you, hey, look, new developments today. Mana Drain is in the set. The set is already looking awesome. It would have been worth it to buy the set before Mana Drain. Now Mana Drain just puts it way over the top. If you can get cheap boxes, I don't think this 121 is going to last. If you can get cheap boxes, you should do it. That's what I'm saying to you. So I hope that you enjoyed the quick presentation. Right now, I will take questions from you about the set or about whatever. And let's have some question time. If there's no questions, that's cool too. I can go and do my work. Thanks for joining, by the way, everyone. All right, let's see what chat has to say. To be honest, a lot of the Battle Bond singles besides the lands seem like steals right now. Spellseeker at 15. Yeah, there's a lot of... we didn't look too deep at the Battle Bond stuff, but I feel like a lot of the value has shifted to the lands. But there are some deals like Academy Rector, right? That seems like a good... Arena Rector, not Academy Rector. That's another card. But Arena Rector is a good example, right? Of something that it's $10, but all they have to do is print some dumb Planeswalker, like huge, big thing, and then this could spike that card, Seedborn Muse is another one that's just going to keep going up. I mean, it was $5, it was $3, then $5, then, and it fell from, I think it was like 15 when Battle Bond came out. So it's working its way back up. All right. Any other questions about Commander Legends? And do you disagree? Do you think that I'm crazy, that 121 is too much? It's too much money. Or am I right? Should we be buying these? Should I buy more of these? I don't know. I have some stuff set up locally. Hopefully, that goes through. Who knows what's going to happen with distribution and stuff like that. So, all right. I think that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm gonna put this on YouTube. So if you missed some of it, you can get it on YouTube. Let's see. I think it might be too high, but I haven't done any LGS questioning. What do you think might be too high? You think 121 might be too high? I think it will be hard to believe that these boxes will stay, below 120. That's just hard for me to consider. Like, even if this is like, if they print like infinite, right? If they just print infinite of this set, I still think people are going to want to buy. They're just going to sell out just because it's a Commander product. We know how Commander is. They sell out of all the Commander decks, right? All right. So that's my thoughts. For those of you who are watching the video on YouTube, go ahead and put your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. And don't forget, go vote. You have time. If you haven't voted yet, you have time. So let's do it. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.